Welcome to Hallstatt, the gem of Austria. Right now I'm standing on the Skywalk and below me is one of the most beautiful sights you'll ever see. Hallstatt, nestled between the pristine Hallstätter Sea and the towering Dachstein Mountains. This place is pure magic. Today I'm going to take you through our unforgettable one-day trip to Hallstatt. You'll see why it's called one of the most picturesque villages in the world. Our journey began in Vienna, where we boarded a train to Salzburg. After a day of exploring Salzburg's historic streets, we started our trip to Hallstatt early the next morning. From the Salzburg main station, we took bus number 150 to Bad Ischl Bahnhof. The journey was nothing short of stunning. Picture-perfect homes, lush green hills, and peaceful alpine scenery as far as the eye can see. From Bad Ischl, we transferred to bus 541, then bus 543, which took us directly to Hallstatt. The whole round trip from Salzburg to Hallstatt cost us just 31 euros. Hallstatt is like a dream brought to life. The first thing that hits you is the lake, calm, clear, and reflecting the towering mountains like a mirror. Then you notice the houses. Charming wooden homes with colorful flowers spilling out of window boxes, adding bursts of color to the scene. The whole village feels like it's straight out of a fairy tale. Each corner you turn, there's something beautiful to see. Whether it's the crystal clear lake, the houses, or the narrow streets winding up the hills. It's the kind of place where you just want to stop, breathe in the fresh air, and take in every single detail. Hallstatt's old town is a treasure trove of history and beauty. The streets are narrow and winding, and every building seems like it has a story to tell. As we wandered through the town, we found ourselves constantly stopping to take photos. The houses, many of which are hundreds of years old, are adorned with flowers and painted in soft pastels. It's so picturesque that you just don't want to leave. There were tourists everywhere, but that's no surprise. This place is famous worldwide for its beauty, and even with the crowds, the charm of Hallstatt remains intact. We stopped for a quick bite, pizza from a cozy little cafe. It might not be traditional Austrian, but it hit the spot. Next, we visited the iconic Hallstatt church. It sits right by the water and is one of the most photographed spots in the village. Its tall steeple rises above the village, and from here you can gaze out over the lake and mountains. There's something serene about this spot. The church adds to the historic charm of the village, reminding you that Hallstatt isn't just a beautiful destination, but also a place with deep cultural roots. If you have the time, I highly recommend taking a boat ride on the lake. It's a peaceful way to experience Hallstatt from a different perspective. As you glide over the water, you get a sense of how perfectly this village is tucked into nature, surrounded by the lake on one side and the mountains on the other. It's pure tranquility. Next, we took the funicular up to the Skywalk. The ride itself is an experience, as you ascend the hill with the entire village and lake spreading out beneath you. The funicular costs around 22 euros, but it's totally worth it for what's waiting at the top. And then, you step onto the Skywalk. Words really don't do this view justice. From here you can see all of Hallstatt, the village, the lake, the green hills, and the towering mountains. It's like nature's perfect painting. The view is just breathtaking. You feel like you're on top of the world, and looking down at Hallstatt, you realize just how special this place really is. It's a moment you won't forget. If you have more time, you should definitely check out the salt mine tour. Hallstatt's history goes back thousands of years, and the salt mine is a big part of that. It's one of the oldest salt mines in the world, and the tour takes you deep underground where you learn about the village's rich history. If you plan on staying overnight in Hallstatt, there are some lovely guest houses and small hotels, though staying in this village can be on the pricier side. For food, there are plenty of options, from traditional Austrian fare to international dishes. We noticed several cafes and restaurants offering local favorites like schnitzel and strudel, but you can also find Italian, vegetarian, and even vegan options. It's easy to spend a relaxing evening here, dining by the lake, with the mountains as your backdrop. In the end, Hallstatt truly lives up to its reputation. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen, and every corner of this village offers something magical. From the stunning lake views, the charming streets, to the incredible Skywalk. If you're ever in Austria, Hallstatt is a must visit. It's an unforgettable experience and worth every moment.